want to know who are the most competitive people? It's not the ones with the genetics. It's not the ones with circumstances that are like better for them than for certain other people. But of course, these factors play a huge role in overall success for somebody. But a general thing that makes somebody more competitive, you can say, or somebody wins a competitive advantage compared to other people, is because they like what they're doing. They find joy in the pursuit of what they're after. I remember when I was studying econometrics and data science in 2024, actually a year ago, 2 years ago almost. And I was studying there, it was just purely mathematics, right? So I was studying mathematics, you can say. And when I was studying there, I used to see a lot of people and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna compete with them. I'm just gonna win from them. I'm gonna get the highest degree on calculus, linear algebra, probability theory, and statistics. And sooner or later, I was studying calculus and I realized that, okay, hold on, I'm not gonna win from these people. And how I actually discovered that was the fact that these people genuinely liked the subjects that they were studying. And I was half into it. Like I like mathematics and I still like mathematics, but I was not really addicted to it like they were. Like I was not really loving the numbers. I was not really like in deep, like in depth of the numbers and the number theory and like studying all of these paragraphs and reading from the book and then also making the exercises, making the extra exercises so that you're more prepared for the exam. I wasn't doing none of that. I was just going to the lecture. I was studying very hard. I have to be precise with that. I was studying very, very hard, but still they beat me. Why is that? And of course we can talk about here like the black pill and say, yeah, because they're genetically better wired. It's because they're like parents and their parents were like doctors and stuff and like maybe PhDs in physics and mathematics, so they probably helped them along the way. That can be true, of course, I'm not denying that. Those are very good arguments. But at the end of the day, the reason why I lost, the reason why I even lost before the battle even began, was that they liked what they were doing. They found some passion, they found some joy in what they were doing. They found some element of relief when they were doing the work. It was not even hard work for them. It was not even suffering for them. They liked doing that. And me, like I said, I was half into it. I was 50% like, yeah, I like it. And 50% I was like, what the hell am I even doing? Like I'm not even, I don't like to sit in front of my computer desk for 12 hours straight, 10 to 12 hours straight on a daily basis without skipping the fucking weekends to study for an exam, you can say. Basically, I know I'm not gonna nail because I'm half-assing it. So I'm not really diving deep into the topic that I wanna basically discuss, that I wanna basically study. But they were doing it like they were drinking water. Like they liked doing that stuff. Why am I bringing this example up? Why am I even talking about this? The reason why I'm talking about this is because the reason why they like doing that is exactly parallel to their competitive advantage. So now comes the question, okay, but it's all fun and stuff. Like it's once again these thought experiments, it's hypothetical, like well, how can I even integrate this into my life? What you have to realize, my friend, is what you have to discover for yourself, and I'm still in the pursuit of that. I've not mastered this at all. I'm still in the pursuit of that, but I thought about this very deeply beforehand, before actually recording this video. I journaled about this, I wrote about this. The way that I think you can cultivate that is to look at your life and is to look at yourself in general, like for example, me in general, and see, okay, what subjects am I better than other people in? Basically, what subjects do I have the competitive advantage? Maybe I'm better in speaking than I'm doing mathematics. Maybe I'm better in reading than I'm doing in playing tennis, whatever. You have to find out the competitive advantage. But the competitive advantage comes only the way you can actually beat those people up, the way you can actually go beyond, not even beat those other people up. The only way you can beat yourself and you can become better at the thing that you're trying to master, the thing that you're trying to do, is by realizing that, okay, the thing that I'm doing is what is fun for me. This is what I genuinely like, because doing something that you do not like, it has so much resistance to the point you will quit one day. You will say, enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm gonna quit this because I don't really find a lot of passion in it. And of course, we can sit here once again and talk about David Goggins and creating mental toughness and going for a run at 5 a.m. And even though you don't even like to run and stuff, it's all great. It has its own time and place. But what you also have to realize is that you can only do that for maybe a couple of seasons. And we all know that life happens in seasons. After that, you have to move beyond that hindrance. You have to move beyond that. You have to find something that you like to do that is fun for you. Of course, everything that you're trying to do is not always going to be fun. Like maybe building a business, yeah, at first it's fun. You have a lot of dopamine going in your head and you genuinely want to make this succeed. But like 10 steps along the line, you have to do some things. You have to go through some seasons where you literally don't like to do it, but you still have to do it because you still need to do it. The point that I'm trying to make here is that don't make this as an excuse. Every single thing that I have to do right now, it needs to be fun. Of course not. Even in the pursuit of the fun, even in the pursuit of your passions, you can say, the rational good, you still have to do some things that are not fun, that are like boring tasks, like maybe administration tasks, whatever. You always have to do some tasks that are just not fun. But in general, when we're talking about general, when time passes, for example, I just turned 22 years old, when I'm really discovering within myself and for the past like a year or two, And the thought experiments that I'm having right now is I have to find something, and I'm still in the progress of that, I'm still in the pursuit of that. I have to find something that clicks with me and I can like literally do every single day without like feeling that it's a grind. Like I can generally do this without feeling like, oh my God, I have to do this again. Like I have to go to my job again. It's gonna suck and this and that. If you can find that, that is what your competitive advantage is. For example, for me, one of the things that I think it is recording videos or just sitting in front of a camera, talking and philosophizing about certain subjects. Because I've said this many times in my videos, every single time I make a video, I have zero thoughts in my brain. I am one with the camera. The camera is me. Like I'm not even thinking that I'm talking to a camera. It's like I'm talking to myself. It's like I'm talking to my younger self. I'm talking to the audience. It's very weird to think about it because a lot of people see it as work. I don't really see this creating content not as a work. I see it more like a passion. It's like genuinely fun for me. It's fun making this type of video. It's fun to kind of like crack your brain a little bit and think about certain perspectives about certain subjects because that's just what I like. If you, for example, get somebody and they sit next to me and they don't really like making content, they don't even want to talk in front of a camera at all, and I love it, and of course I have the competitive advantage. I ruthlessly win from that. But of course, if you compare me to another person that just likes to do a lot of mathematics and just likes to do, for example, a lot of like editing and maybe something with music, and of course I'm gonna lose. I've already lost the battle before it even began. This is of course very basic advice you can say, which in general it is, but it's just a thought experiment that I had that if you can choose something that you like to do and you can do that on a daily basis without like feeling tired and stuff, and you want to become better at it, you want to maybe pursue a better influence of just like your talking, you want to pursue like, for example, when we're talking about like making content, right? So for example, talking in front of a camera, I can like pursue better storytelling. I can pursue better like articulating my words. I can pursue better making my sentences better. I can pursue like my pronunciation has to improve. I can pursue all of that. I can make those improve. But even in that pursuit of improvement, it's fun. I like that. I still like, I think I'm like gaining some advantage of the thing that I want to master. And that's a very fun feeling. That's the best ever feeling that you can get as a human being, because you're kind of like think that you're collectively deciding to make a society better again, because you're doing something for the internet, you can say, the people that they can watch this, and hopefully they can improve their lives for the better. That's an awesome feeling to have. That's one of the best feelings that I've ever had in my entire life. For example, another thing for me is like writing. I don't have to think about what to write. Words just come to me. The only thing I need to do is like put them in the correct sentence. I've already said this in my previous video, and I have a Substack account, you can follow that if you want, where I basically just write a lot, right? I write about different things, different topics. Sometimes when I'm writing, I'm such in a deep flow state. Like that's what you have to discover, like the flow state. It's such a deep flow state that I don't even have to think about what I'm gonna write. Like the words just come to me. There is not a lot of cognitive or like uncomfortable things going on in my mind. Basic message that I want to give in this video is just this thought experiment that I had a couple weeks ago, and I wrote it down actually in my iCloud notes, and which basically that if you want to, for example, win from somebody else, you have to love the thing that you do, because you can go on when they're tired, when they want to stop, because you have this why, you have this strong why, you have this strong ability to push forward, because you can genuinely connect with the thing that you're trying to master. When a lot of people just clock in and clock out and that's it. They don't even think about it anymore. I thought it was from like Magnus Carlsen, the podcast of Joe Rogan. I already saw like a snippet of it, like a YouTube short, where he basically said that something in line, I may misquote this, of course, correct me if I'm wrong. He said something in the line of, when I kind of like went to the chess practice, something like that, people did of course their homework and stuff, but that was it for the other people. But he went beyond that and he kind of like did more than just his homework. So the other people, of course, they like chess as well, but they just did the homework, they just come to practice and just practice chess a little bit and just go home, and they don't really think about it that much. But Magnus Carlsen, from what I understood on those reels, on the Instagram show that I watched, was that he went to the chess practice and he was finished with the chess practice and he would keep thinking about chess. When he woke up, he was thinking about chess. When he went to sleep, he kept thinking about chess. Maybe in his dreams, he also played chess, whatever. You get my point. Like a lot of people may say, yeah, this is a very miserable life and stuff. And it's a fair point to make, of course, not for everybody, but still the fact remains, he liked it. It was a sense of connection between him and the chessboard. That's why he mastered it. Like he's one of the greatest chess players of all time. Because of course there are some genetic abilities, like he's a very smart guy and stuff, and he practiced since he was like 4 or 5 years old. I'm not quite sure about that, but he started very early and he kind of like developed himself, and that's one of the reasons why he's the greatest. But there is like a deep connection between him and the chessboard. No amount of words I think can even explain that, because it goes beyond words. It goes beyond the expression of words, because it's a feeling that some people cannot even describe. From my perspective, from the things that I've done, from my experience, happens is that if you can find out what that competitive advantage is, if you can find out the thing that really connects with you, you can work 12 to 14 hours a day, 16 hours a day on that thing, and you're not really getting that tired. You genuinely like it. You want to pursue it more. You want to work more on. You want to pursue this. You want to improve that. Yeah, I see that's a mistake, so I need to improve that. Maybe I need to talk in this way in my other videos, and maybe I can talk about these bullet points. Maybe I can do this. All of these improvements excite you. They bring this kind of like a passion in you. That's just an experience. My experience, of course, you don't have to agree with that. But it's just a thought experiment that I thought, you know what, it's actually interesting to show this on the internet. Maybe people can resonate with that. And if they do, of course, share, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. Share this video, subscribe to my channel. And if you have a discussion or you want to say something, put it in the comments. I'm going to react to it always. I'm going to read every single comment that I have. See what we can do with it, man. Hopefully you guys like this video. If you did, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another one. Bye-bye.